This video focuses on one of the most important areas within numeracy, place value. We're going to be exploring numbers up to those that contain 6 digits. Let's begin by finding out what we already know. What is the value of the underlined number? So, each of the numbers that are in red, and they're underlined, figure out the value of that digit. You can pause your video and work out your answers, come back to check. Our first number, 1679. My 9 is units, my 7 is tens, and my 6 is hundreds. So that would stand for 600. My next number, 467, my 7 is units, so it is just 7 units. On to our 12,900. We begin with units on the extreme right, then tens, hundreds, thousands. So that is 2,000. Go to the very bottom number, we've got 15,990. Again, extreme right is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. So that is 1/10,000. My 67, my 7 is units. 2,509, my 9 again is units, it's on the extreme right. And my final number, 2,729, beginning with our 9 on the right, it is units, then tens, hundreds, and thousands. So my underlined 2 in red is 2,000. Fill in the missing headings. Thousands, we've got our missing value, tens, and units. Well, our missing value is hundreds. Thousands, hundreds, tens, units. Second one down, tens of thousands, thousands, hundreds. We've got our missing value, which is tens, and then units. Third one down, we begin on the right side this time. We've got units, tens, hundreds, thousands. My next value, getting bigger, is tens of thousands. And our final one, we've got hundreds, tens, meaning our last value missing is units. Then we can work our way up. Units, tens, hundreds, thousands. We've got tens of thousands. And the final value there is hundreds of thousands, making a 6-digit number at the bottom. Throughout this slide, you can see lots of numbers scattered. I'm going to read out a number, and I would like you to use your knowledge and understanding to write down the number that is on the screen that I read out. So, first one, I would like you to write down the number that is 12,677. 12,677. And there it is. Next question. Can you write down the number that is 231? 231. There it is circled. Next number. I would like you to write down a number that has 9 in the units. Find a number that has 9 in the units and write it down. And there it is, 549. It's got 9 in the units. Next question. Find a number that has 8 in the hundreds. 8 in the hundreds and write it down. And there it is. It's got 8 in the hundreds. 345,800. 8 in the hundreds. Next question. Find a number for me that has 9 in the tens. 9 in the tens. and write down that number. And there it is. It's got 9 in the tens. And our final question, find for me a number that has 2 in the thousands. 2 in the thousands. And there it is. It's got 2 in the thousands. 2,355. Match the values. So we've got numbers on our left with a selected number in red. You have to match that value of the number in red to the labels that are on the right. We'll do the first one together. So my 7, we begin from our right side. We've got units, tens, hundreds. So that 7 is in my hundreds, so I can match it up with my hundreds. I would like you to do the 4 remaining questions and then come back to check. Second number then, 4,602. Well, that 2 is my units, so I can match it up. My third number, 210,559. So my 2, if we work from our right, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, that is my hundreds of thousands. 2 left. 445. 5 is units, 4 is tens, second 4 is hundreds, so I can match it up to my tens. And my last one, hopefully it matches with our last answer of tens. So 67,890. That's my units, my tens, so it is in my tens, and we got all of them correct. Write the number task. I'm going to call out a number, and I would like you to write it down, and I will reveal the answer after each one. So the first number I would like you to write down, 56,221. 56,221. And let's reveal the answer. There we have 56,221. This little comma is invaluable. It can help separate your thousands and makes it really easy to read the number. 56,221. Right, the next number I would like you to write down is 6,701. 6,701. And let's look at the answer. There we have 6,701. Again, if we wish, we can add a little comma in, because that is my thousands. So 6,701. Third number I'd like you to write, 11,900. 11,900. And let's check the answer. There we have 11,900. Fourth number I would like you to write, 458. 458. And let's check. There we have 458. Fifth number I would like you to write down, 2,190. 2,190. And there's our answer. Again, we can put in our comma to help us read it. 2,190. My 2 is my thousands, 1 is the hundreds, 9 tens, and I've got no units. The final number I would like you to write down, 34,552. 34,552. And let's check the answer. There we have the 34,552. 552. On the slide we have a 5-digit number that's been partitioned. I would like you to add these numbers together to find out the result and what 5-digit number they would make. We'll do this one together. So I can see that my 7 is 7,000. So I'm going to put the 7 into the thousands. I've got 4 units, so I'll put 4 in my units. I've got 3 tens. I've got 3 hundreds. And my last value, I've got 2 in the tens of thousands. So my answer then is 27,334. Now here's your opportunity to add all of the 5-digit numbers to see what they would make. Use the same strategy as a previous question. Right, let's see how we get on. We're going to begin with our smallest value, which is our units, and there are 2 of them. Then we're on to our tens, which has 2 digits, and there are 7 of them. Next is our hundreds, 3 digits, there's 9 of those. Then we're on to our thousands, which you can see is 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there it is, there are 2 thousands. And then the tens of thousands, and there are 7 of those. So my overall answer, 72,972. Here is another example. Again, let's add the 5-digit numbers to see what our result is. Right, let's check our answer then. Let's begin with our smallest value, which is our units. And there are 2 units. Tens has 2 digits, but there are no tens, so I need to put a 0 in. My hundreds, there's just a 1 of those. Then my thousands has 4 digits, and there's 5 of them. My tens of thousands have 5 digits, and there's 8 of those. So my final answer is 85,102. Let's jump straight in and see if we can solve this question. I'm going to begin with my hundreds, and there's 9 hundreds, so we'll put a 9 into our hundreds column. My tens, I've got 2 of them, so I'll put 2 into my tens column. My thousands, I've got 6 of those. My tens of thousands, I've got 1 of those. And there are no units, so I need to put a 0 in. My final answer, 16,920. Okay, back to you for this question. Can you work out the answer when you add all of the 6 digits this time? And then come back to check. Okay, let's see how we get on. We'll begin with our smallest value, 1 digit, which is our units. There were 6 units. Then my tens, which has 2 digits. There's 5 of those. My hundreds has 4 digits. There's 4 of them. On to my thousands. There's 7 of those. They have 4 digits. Then my tens of thousands. There are 9 of them. And my final number, the biggest value on the screen, is my 300,000. So my 100,000, there's 3 of them. Put a little comma in between my thousands and hundreds, helps me read the number. So we have 397,456. Here is another 6-digit number. Let's jump straight in and add all of the digits to see what our overall answer will be. We'll begin with the smallest value, 1 digit. It's a 7. So I'll put my 7 in my units. My tens has 2 digits, and there's 6 of those. My hundreds has 3 digits, and there's 4 of them. My thousands has 4 digits, there's 2 of those. My tens of thousands, there's 3 of them. And the biggest number again, there are 700,000, so 7 in my 100,000s. Another comma between my thousands and my hundreds makes it easier to read. 732,467. I would like you to add the numbers on the screen and then come back to check. Okay, let's just choose them at random this time. So I've got tens of thousands with 5 digits, and there's 6 of them. I've got thousands with 4 digits, and there's 1 of those. My units, 1 digit, and there's 7 of them. My 100,000s, there's 8 of those. There's 6 digits and a 100,000 number. And I have 3 tens. Oops, so I almost put it in the wrong place. But we have no hundreds, so I need to put a 0 into my hundreds. Comma in to help us read it. 861,037. And again, let's add all of the numbers on the screen to see what 6-digit number they will make. Let's begin with our biggest value. 6 digits, 900,000, so I need a 9 in my 100,000s. 5 digits, that's 10,000, so I have 1 in my 10,000s. 4 digits is my thousands. 6 hundreds. 1 10. And I've got no units, so I need to put a 0 in. Comma between my thousands and hundreds. 918,610. With all of our knowledge of place value, you can often make mental math sums a lot easier. So 370 plus 10. Well, I'm only adding 1 10, so I just go to the tens and add on 1. So I end up with 380. My 1 is added onto the tens. This is a 10, that is a 10. Again, my next question, we have 807 and we're adding on 10. So we're adding on tens. So I would end up with 817. And my last one, we're adding on a 10 to the tens. So it's a 6 plus 1, which is 7, and the other digits remain the same. Same strategy can be employed on this slide, but only this time we're adding to the hundreds. So we have 100 and we have 100. So all you've got to do is add the 100 to the 200. So 359. Your second one, 701, add 100. You're only adding to the hundreds, and there's only 1 of them. So 801. And the last question, well, you've got 9 and you're adding 1. So that will give you 10, plus your 2 zeros go back on. So you end up with 1,000. Here again, we're adding tens. We have 5 on this occasion. So you're adding to the tens. So you've got 650 for your first one. 0 plus the 5 gives you 5 in the middle for the tens. Then you've got 2 tens and you're adding on 5 tens to give you 7, and the other numbers all remain the same. And the bottom one's a little bit trickier, but you have 45 tens. If I add on 5 more, I've got 50, and then you put your 0 back on to give you the 500. On this slide, we're still working with tens, but we're subtracting them. So we've got 1 10, and you're taking that away from 5, which would obviously give us 4. So 740. 5, take away that 1 10, gives you 4 in the middle for the tens. You've got 1, take away 1, which is 0 then in the middle, and the other numbers remain the same. And this one, again, a little bit trickier. You've got 20 tens, and you're taking away 1 10. 20 take away 1 is 19, and you put the 8 back on. Again, we're subtracting, this time hundreds, so we've got 100 to be taken away from 8. 8 take away 1 is 7, and the other digits remain the same. Here we have tens, we're taking away 50 tens, and we've got 7 tens. 7 take away 5 is 2, so 1, 2, 0. And the last one, tens, taking away tens, 5 tens, take away 5 is 0, so we end up with 100 as our answer.